Hey everybody, Neil here from Post to Post. Thank you for joining me for this one, I appreciate it. Recently on the channel we unboxed quite a few things from Fanatics. We had, I think 4 packages come in, 3 were totally fine, and 1 unfortunately was completely crushed. Now we opened the box, the hat was definitely squished. I don't think it was damaged, but it was squished, saved by the material. If it had been any other hat, we would have had a problem. But anyways, had a bit of a conversation with Fanatics about that. A real good conversation. I mentioned that in my last unboxing video, and I asked you guys to share your stories, positively or negatively, about your experience with Fanatics. And so many of you did, and I really appreciate that. I think that's very important feedback for Fanatics to read. So again, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. And I just want to clarify something that, in that video, I mentioned that Fanatics was going to send me a couple of things. I wanted to make it right. And I think there was one, maybe 2 at the most. I think there was 1 though, comment that said, it's just a crushed box. It's not a big deal. Your hat was fine. I don't understand what the big deal is. I think that's a fair comment, but that's really maybe a comment that was left just looking at the thumbnail or reading the title. If you actually had to listen to the story, it wasn't really just about the crushed hat or crushed box. It was about the consistency of Fanatics in general over the last 7, 8 years or whatever it was. I mean, I've had multiple issues with Fanatics. I've had 2, I guess technically 3 issues with them this year, multiple in the past. I've read lots of comments. You guys have as well. I mean, they're not a perfect company by any means. Sometimes companies get like too big and they can't get a handle on things and, mistakes happen. I understand that. However, it wasn't just about the crushed hat or the crushed box. I just wanted to make that clear. It's really a long lineage of issues that have happened that led to the conversation I had with Fanatics. It wasn't just about the crushed box. Just to clarify in case anyone missed that or is just looking at thumbnails and titles. Anyways, I have a box here from Fanatics. It's a jersey they sent me, and it's a jersey that, honestly, as soon as it came out, many opinions online, many opinions. However, most were positive, but a lot were just like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool, but like, that's it? That's all you did? I think I was in the minority and how excited that I was. I think it was possibly one of the most underrated but positive moves that any team has ever done on a jersey. Now, teams have done big changes. They've done full redesigns. They've done color changes, color swaps, and that's great. A lot of times that does work out. Rarely does a team make a small change that really, really improves the jersey, and I think that this team has done that, made a really small change that has done some pretty great things for the team. If you can't tell, it is the Chicago Blackhawks. I think I owned a Chicago Blackhawks jersey home at one point, but I can't remember the last time that I saw one in person, I guess is what I'm trying to think. I don't remember when I sold it. I don't have it anymore. I sold it, but I can't remember when that was. It was years and years ago. Now here is, I'm going to be fair and completely unbiased and objective, regardless if it's Fanatics, if it's cool hockey, if pro hockey life, it doesn't really matter to me. I really care about authentic opinions and the truth, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. The truth is, the positive is, that box, not damaged, came super quick, excellent shipping, no negative experience there. However, small negative thing, not really small, kind of big, when packaging a jersey, we don't do this to logos, okay? This is bad. I have a New Jersey Devils Fanatics jersey from way back. It was gifted by a fan actually, but it came from Fanatics, and they folded the crest, and the logo still has the crease in it. It still has a crease in it. Now, this logo is a little bit more resilient because of the materials being used, so there's not going to be, hopefully, a crest, or a crease, sorry, in this crest, but you still don't, I think this is something, Fanatics, you need to get better at this, okay? I understand you're paying a shipping amount based on the size of the box and a predetermined weight and stuff, so, that's probably a contractual thing with whoever you're shipping from. Landmark, Global, FedEx, whatever, I understand that. I used to work in that world. However, if it's impacting product like this, you don't fold logos. It doesn't matter if it's hockey, if it's baseball, if it's basketball, if it's NFL, we don't fold logos. So there's my constructive feedback. Please don't fold the logos when you ship things. I understand that may impact the cost of shipping. However, it's probably not that great of an increase in cost of shipping for a better fan experience. Nobody wants to receive a jersey that's damaged or wrinkled or a crest that's, has a crease in it. Now, this is something I do appreciate, is having a little bit of wax paper or protection on the jersey as I unfold it. Sorry for the noise. This absolutely looks better in person than photos. Absolutely. Okay. Let's take a look at the logo. There is a little, I'm not sure if you can, I'm actually going to hold that up to the camera. I don't think it happened from the folding. I think it maybe happened some other way. Oh, this is going to be challenging with the mic there. I'm not sure if this is in focus or not, but there is, oh, there you can kind of see. See this little crease here? This is the type of stuff that that does unfortunately happen with Fanatics sometimes, and maybe this did happen with the folding of the logo. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the logo was not folded like this vertically, though. I'm pretty sure it was horizontal. I have to go back and look at the video. But that's that is an imperfection in the logo, and that kind of sucks. Like that does suck to see. However, the rest of the logo looks completely fine, and man, it looks beautiful. Like, I was never really a huge fan of the Chicago Blackhawks home jersey, but the more I started getting back into hockey in 2017, the more hockey that I started to watch, I really had an appreciation for their home jersey, and I think they just made it so much better with this gold outline. I can tell you this, like, some jerseys just look better in person. I don't know why. It's just a thing, okay? This is one of those jerseys. I can tell you that with extreme confidence. This looks so good in person, this reflection. And the patch up here, that's something else I wanted to see. The 100th anniversary patch, I think one of the best anniversary patches that they've ever made. Not they, I mean like any team has ever made. Very simple, very original 6, very classic. Doesn't need to be anything more than that. I really like it. It even has like the little gold around the small logo in there. I'm not sure if you can see the reflection of it as I move it, but even that little detail of having the gold on that little Chicago Blackhawks logo, very cool. Another little detail is the gold little ringlets here for the laces. I love that. That is awesome. If we move to the back, regular shoulder patch. Well, regular, I mean, it's been tweaked a little bit, but we're used to the kind of this logo there. And this is a pre-stitched jersey. Not my ideal choice, but still acceptable. I got Bedard on the back, and that looks very good. That, like, those numbers look excellent in person. I'm not sure how it's coming across on camera, but I'm telling you, it looks very, very good in person. Now, I will say that I do notice a little bit of an imperfection here. It's kind of bubbling out or sticking out. I'm actually wondering if that's in the same spot on the other side of the jersey. If something was like leaning on it, something sharp or heavy. I'm going to try and... No, it's not. It's at a completely different part of the jersey. It's basically here. I thought that maybe something on this side here was like leaning or like pressed. It doesn't matter what it is. Something hard to make this crease and then force a crease on the other side. That's actually not the same position at all. So that is a kind of different issue. But I mean, if you're buying pre-stitched jerseys, the quality is just not the same as hand-stitched. It's just not. And that has to be expected. So I'm not too upset about it at all, actually. It's not that big of a deal, especially, I guess, with a number kit looking like this. Like, if this was just a regular number kit, I'd be like, that really sucks in just general. But I'm being influenced by the gold a little bit. The gold is making up for any imperfections on the jersey, even the primary logo. It sucks that there's a bit of a dent in there, but the gold is bringing it home. That is so good. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I think it's long overdue because they released this jersey and then they released the black one here not too long ago. And I said in both, I'm like, I have to have these or at least one of these. And the black one sold out instantly. I can't even get that right now. And I saw this pop up on Fanatics. I'm like, yeah, okay, we have to do it. We have to do it. So they sent it over. And I'm not disappointed with having a Blackhawks jersey back into my collection because I desperately needed one. I did not have an Adidas and I did not have a Fanatics, so this is a pretty big deal for my collection, kind of getting back into the swing of things. So let me know what you think. Did Chicago make the right choice here with the gold on the logo? Was it too lackluster of a change for a 100th anniversary jersey? Did they need to do something a little bit more bold, like the Rangers, maybe like Detroit or something? I unboxed the Detroit anniversary jersey not too long ago on the channel. I love that jersey. But this was playing it safe compared to some of those other teams. So do you think that maybe that was a wrong decision? Do you think Chicago should have gone all out Or do you think that this was the right call? So love to hear your opinion down below in the comments section. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. There are some other boxes and packages coming from Fanatics that I will be unboxing on the channel. 2 jerseys, actually. One is very close to being delivered, and the other should be here, I don't know, within the next week, 2 weeks or so. And both are new jerseys. And when I say new, I mean like newly released / designed. There's my little hint. So would love to have you on board. If you're new, hit the subscribe button down below to catch those unboxings. And of course, any jersey news we discuss here on the channel. That'd be really cool if you could join that conversation. And that conversation happens down below in the comment section. So I hope to see you there. Thank you for your viewership and your time today. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.